All right, today we are diving into something huge, the greenhouse effect. We're going to connect the dots between a warming planet and the actual air you're breathing. And it all kicks off with a pretty interesting question.
It sounds like a riddle, doesn't it? A warm blanket, a car engine running, the air in your lungs. I mean, what in the world could possibly connect these three things? Well, the answer is a process that literally makes all life on Earth possible.
That's it right there. They are all linked by one of our planet's most critical systems, a system that has kept our world in this really delicate balance for, millennia. But now we're starting to push it to its breaking point.
So, to really get what's going on, we have to start with the basics. Let's take a look at how our planet naturally stays so perfectly, well, livable.
Okay, so this is the famous greenhouse effect. The best way to think of it is just like it says, a cozy blanket. We have these gases in our atmosphere that let all the sunlight come pouring in, but they don't let all the heat escape back out into space. So it works in this beautiful three-step dance. Step 1, sunlight shines down and warms up the Earth. Step 2, the Earth's surface then tries to send that heat radiating back out into space. But, and this is the key, Step 3, that atmospheric blanket of greenhouse gases catches some of that escaping heat and bounces it right back down, keeping us toasty. It's a really simple and incredibly effective system.
And just how important is this? Well, let me put it this way. Without it, Earth's average temperature would totally plummet. We'd be a frozen ball of ice, seriously. So the natural greenhouse effect isn't the villain in this story. It's actually the hero. It's what makes our planet just right for life.
But what happens when you have too much of a good thing? This is where the story takes a sharp turn, where we come in and start to throw that perfect balance completely out of whack.
Now, this slide really puts it into perspective, right? For most of human history, everything was in balance. Then, boom, the Industrial Revolution kicks off. We start burning fossil fuels like there's no tomorrow, pumping just massive amounts of extra carbon dioxide into the air.
So where's all this extra gas coming from? Well, it's pretty much the stuff that powers our modern world, burning coal, oil, and gas for electricity and for our cars. But it's a double whammy, because at the same time, we're cutting down forests, which act like these amazing natural sponges for CO2. So we're adding more gas while getting rid of the very things that help clean it up.
And the result of all this? This number right here. The average global temperature has already shot up by more than 1 degree Celsius. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but for a whole planet, trust me, it's a massive shift with some really serious consequences.
So let's go back to that blanket analogy. What we've done is basically taken that perfectly comfortable blanket and started piling on more and more heavy layers. It's just getting too warm, and the planet's whole climate system is starting to overheat.
Okay, so let's bring this down from the global scale to you and me. Because this isn't just some abstract problem about planetary temperatures. It's becoming a very real, very local problem that affects our health every single day.
This quote, man, it just says it all, doesn't it? The fallout from a warming planet isn't just about hotter summer days anymore. We are literally facing a new reality for the very air we need to survive.
See, a warming world is cooking up a whole new recipe for air pollution. That extra heat and drought lead to way more intense wildfires. It creates these heat domes that put a lid over our cities, trapping all the gunk in place. And it's even changing the nature of fire itself. And this is a really, really important point. Not all smoke is created equal. When a wildfire burns through a forest, the smoke is mostly just from wood. But when those fires hit our neighborhoods, they burn our houses, our cars, our businesses. That smoke is full of carcinogens from burning plastics, electronics, and old paint. It's just so much more dangerous to breathe. So why is this such a huge deal? Think about this. Every single day, you take about 30,000 breaths. Every single one. Each breath is an interaction with your environment. And when that air is polluted, your body is what pays the price. I want you to just let that one sink in for a second. This is not a small problem. The data shows that poor air quality has become one of the biggest public health crises of our time. It is a massive global issue. Okay, so the situation is definitely serious. But, and this is a big but, it is not hopeless. Now that we understand the problem, we can actually focus on the solutions that can help us clear the air. First things first, let's remember the planet already has its own amazing defenses.
Plants are constantly pulling CO2 out of the air. Our oceans and soil are also these massive carbon storage units. Our job should be to work with these natural systems, not against them. And on our side of things, it comes down to some really clear, concrete steps. We have to change how we get our power, shifting to clean energy like solar and wind. We need to protect the forests we have and bring back the ones we've lost. And we can build smarter cities where it's easy to walk or bike instead of having to drive everywhere. And hey, while all those big solutions are getting rolling, there are things you can do to protect yourself, like right now. It all starts with being aware. Before you head outside, just take a second to check the local air quality. It's a tiny habit that can make a huge difference for your health. So we've seen it, right? We've seen how this vital, life-giving system has been knocked off balance, and how that global shift is now hitting us right where we live, in the air we breathe. The science is clear. The path forward is tough for sure, but it is possible. The real question left is, what will it take to get us to clear the air? Not just for us, but for everyone who comes after us.